Oh,
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Graded Morning Experience. I am your host, Chief Justice Octopops. This is apparently Holy Paladin Micah Curtis. Where is
yes,
Xavier? Yes,
somewhere.
he's out in the ether somewhere.
So somewhere being autistic.
Yes, he somehow he's autistic in his sleep. That's the best part.
Oh yeah. You just hear him murmuring. He'll say Camille is a man's name, and I don't know why.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Let's see. Lakeem says he has Xavier in his basement. Oh, that's teaching him how to draw hands. I expect.
it's, it's a real artist drill camp.
Yeah. Well, between you and Lidl, you'll bully him into a good artist at some point.
Oh shit.
But yeah, welcome everybody. Glad to see everybody's here. It's a rainy morning here in rainy North Carolina. Had a little thunderstorm a few minutes ago, but things are clearing up, and we're going to have us a wonderful morning. Have a good time. We're going to talk about some dumb shit.
From some very dumb people.
Yes. That's a very good point.
It's Schrodinger's Xavier.
How can he be in your basement when I got him locked in my closet? Okay. So yeah, that's having a good time starting off the day. Micah, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm pretty good. It is still hot as fuck here in Illinois. It's already, the heat index I think right now is already 95 degrees, and it's 9 in the morning.
Oh man.
So it's gonna be a hot one today.
Yeah, my looking at my weather report right now, it just says rain on and off, so you know what that means.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be one of those days what I call the boomer days, And we got Serena in the chat. Hello, Serena. We got sorry, missed that one, but yeah, it's just a hello, And apparently, somebody has a clone. Who we got? Who's getting cloned?
I do not know.
I am not moving north, sir. I love it where I'm at.
Yeah, because I'm north of where he's at, and it's like, no. Unless you're telling me to move north, and no, I will never come anywhere closer to Canada.
I
don't trust those Leafs. I just no. Except for Mike. Mike's all right.
A graded stream on my YouTube is more likely than you think. I mean, it happens every once in a while.
Oh, true things have never been spoken.
And it never will. I was like, what would I rather deal with? The occasional hurricane or, really hot summers and really cold winters,
Yeah, the whiplash is not fun.
I'll take my somewhat moderate temperatures, thanks.
Yeah.
He will never escape. Oh man. So let's go ahead and get down to it. Like I said, I want to just keep this to about an hour if I can. Will it happen? You wait and see.
Yeah.
So what's going on? Somebody mentioned, what is that at? Hold on, somebody point that out. No, we're not talking about inbred koalas.
No, that
was another stream 2 days ago. Now everything needs to be said about that has been said.
Yeah, he's full of shit. That's the end.
Yeah.
Especially about the artist pay stuff. Everybody's paid. Shut the fuck up, Liam.
Yeah. So let's talk about some scams and schemes.
Oh, schemes and scams.
Schemes and scams. That means there's only one thing I should play, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cocainum.
It never gets old.
It never gets old. Never gets old. Did you get my message yesterday? Probably. If not, you can tag me later. Yeah, it's been busy. But Oh, Serena's always messaging us about something. I don't know. I mean, it could be something. I get so much shit. Anyway, yeah. So Dougie Doug, the new Dougie Doug, because there was an old Dougie Doug
Yeah.
that was a dirt worm. Now we got a Dougie Doug who's a crazy man. Well, they're both crazy, but I don't think even Doug TenNapel held on to something for 3 fucking years.
Well, he would hold on to it until something else would come along that made him a bunch of money, and then he would go do that, and that would fall apart, and then he'd go do the next thing that would make him a bunch of money. So he did comic books and did his fucking stupid gay ops. Then he the next thing he did was he went and he fucking was the worst political commentator of all time. Literally got nothing correct.
Oh yeah, that was like Donald Trump will be reinstalled as president on April 13th or whatever it was.
Any minute now.
Any minute now.
Any minute now.
He lost his channel over that, didn't he? Like
yes, several. Yeah. He lost multiple channels.
Oh yeah, because he kept trying to come back, and I mean, in a way, I kind of feel it for him because he got that channel up to like what 200,000, little over.
Oh yeah,
I
mean, overnight.
I mean, granted, credit where it's due. If you're compelling enough that people want to watch you and do that stuff, fine. That's cool. But you're doing it in an environment where YouTube and stuff they were gonna take you down.
Oh yeah.
There was no way that they were gonna let that sit up.
Yeah, but now he's an NFT bro.
Yeah, and this particular worm, dirt snake. I think I like that. We'll combine them to a dirt snake for the Ernst.
Something like that. I called him Dirtworm Doug 2 Electric Boogaloo, and EVS seemed to like it. So there's that.
There you go. A dirt worm that used to work for the Washington Times of all things. What's it? And that's the thing, isn't the Washington Times supposed to be like the more conservative of the two?
Oh yeah,
Washington papers. Yeah. Well, yeah, I know that TenNapel worked on VeggieTales, and credit where it's due. That was for the kids. I'm sure it was very entertaining. He does seem to. That's another thing I'll give TenNapel credit for. He does seem to tap to kids markets pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't want to be I'm gonna. One of those things I totally shit on Doug TenNapel. Besides that he's doing dumb shit.
And boy, there's a lot of that.
There's a lot of that, but he does have good instincts about what works, because he has been fairly successful in his career. His only dumb thing that I think he ever did was creating Earthworm Jim and walking away from it. But
the one thing I would just say is stop gay opping. Just stop.
Yeah, just leave
stop.
Yeah.
Just, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Speaking of,
that leads us to today's topic.
Mm-hmm. So Doug Ernst, for the TLDR, I'm sure everybody kind of knows what the situation is. He was caught. I shouldn't say caught. Exposed.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good word.
Yeah, he was exposed for feeding not only information. And it's one thing to say like, "Oh, hey, here's a thing. Check this out." No, it was literally like, "Here, I'm going to make the thing for you." And all you have to do is you don't have to do anything else but upload it to your channel.
Basically.
That's all you got to do. Because people say you could look at Comic Book Hut's videos, right? And by the way, Comic Book Hut was the one who was doing the distribution, I guess is the word for it.
Doc, this is Jesus. Why don't you have a seat over there?
You say that.
I forgot you had that.
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, here's some most exposing.
Oh man.
Have a seat over there. But anyway, sorry. So so he was feeding this stuff, basically being wanted Comic Book had to be a proxy for him. So he could be the good guy, right?
Basically. Yeah. I'm not going to go on my YouTube channel and shit talk all these people and stuff like that. I'm going to have somebody else do it for me.
Yeah. Yeah, fun stuff. I think what bugs me more about that, well, I'll get into that in a minute, like some of the behaviors he had after, this. And the reason why this came out, and I'm not going to defend the comic book Hut at all. Comic book Hut is,
An asshole.
he's done some dumb, stupid, bad crap. And there ain't no defending that. He's going to have to atone for that.
Yeah.
Right? He's going to have to atone for that. And that's up to him. What bugs me is that you got this guy who was doing all this dumb, dirty shit for you, and then when he needs a hand, it's like, hey, I got this comic book, which it's a comic book, I guess it classifies. That he said, hey, can I get a hand on this? Can you mention it? Can you do this? And it's like, no.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's
Thanks
like,
for being my proxy for the past 3 years, but I'm not going to help you.
Yeah. and then he wonders why he got turned on. It's like, what's that line from the Dusty Rhodes from the Hard Times promo? A man works for you for so many years. You give him a watch, kick him in the butt, and say, "Go on, daddy. A machine took your job."
Pretty much.
That's what fucking Ernst did. He uses this guy like a cudgel, and to basically just fucking lie about people all the time and just talk mad shit.
Yeah.
Like Hut was one of those guys that, like, unprovoked, he would start talking shit about your family. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, so using a guy like that, when you know the kind of dude that he is, like, and they're willing to go and cross those lines, and then they and then you don't give them a hand when they need it. You don't be surprised if they bite you. We'll do bully on Friday at Liquid. Calm down.
Yeah, y'all handle that tomorrow night.
Oh no!
Oh, Lakeem, you make me laugh so much sometimes. That's funny. Yeah, the whole granted, I get it. The concept of there's a whale that's going to give birth on Earth, and Captain Galaxy has to go give it an abortion.
I was about to say, like, space whales. Isn't that kind of like the science fiction sign of desperation?
Yeah.
Like, that's where Star Trek went when they were out of ideas.
Like, hey, they could what do you call it? They could he could have timed that just right. All he had to do, really, he should have waited for his campaign to come out right when the Supreme Court decision comes out.
Oh no!
And just say this is a very pro-choice book.
Captain Galaxy's the bad guy. Do they have space Planned Parenthood?
It says Critical Blast says, I guess helping Hut would have exposed his connection to him. Well, not really, because they were already kind of, I wouldn't say I guess the word is in cahoots. They were all like, ass patting and
that whole section of Spurgery, like, we all kind of knew that there were levels of connection and butt buddiness to them. I mean, between Doug and Tim and Pellegrino or whatever Pellegrini, sorry.
Pellegrino. Hey, Pellegrino, what's up on my mind?
And then who else is there? And then Phil, the artist formerly known as Captain Cummings. And Hut. We all knew that these guys were friendly with each other, and the Royal Ups too. They're not the Incel brothers anymore. Apparently, they fuck each other. So they're the what's the word? Why is my brain not working? The incest brothers.
Yeah.
So we knew that they were all like buddy. So
they were ass patting each other. I mean, that's whatever.
Yeah.
Like I said, if that would happen, nobody would have really turned the head on. It's like, oh well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's a good point. It's like Hut's videos seem to have too much inside baseball info on certain comic creators. Excuse me, certain comic creators that he only ever got it from someone feeding him info.
Basically.
And then the Star Trek Discovery, there apparently did a Space Whale episode. Yeah, I know. I saw Stacey Abrams up there. That was interesting.
Oh no!
Hey, hey,
Oh
look,
man!
if you want to know my opinion on that, I don't even have to say anything. I refer to one of my favorite politicians of all time, Elizabeth Warren.
Fat broads and horse-faced lesbians.
Oh, that was the perfect use of that clip.
Oh yeah. It's like, is Hut Whale the one that?
Maybe.
Did Comic Book Hut have this guy get his idea from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Is Comic Book Hut sus?
Oh man, the costume is sus. That's for sure. Look like this. Sorry,
The Hamburglar.
had to do it.
But to the degree that I do feel for him in the regards that it does sound like he was struggling, and apparently Doug Ernst helped him out with funeral arrangements for a loved one, right?
Yeah.
Apparently it was his mother.
Yeah.
I feel that. I've been there recently, within 9 months. But anyway, I think the scumbag thing was when he asked him about when he asked Doug to be on the show, and I don't know what was said. I really would like to see the conversation, before Doug made that last little inference, where he basically says, I've been nothing but nice to you, but let me know when your dad dies and I'll give you a hand. I'm like,
yeah, that's fucked up.
I like Mr. Christian conservative man over here, right?
That's really jacked up, man.
Yeah, dude, that's messed up, man.
And we're used to messed up things being said in that camp. I mean, again, the incest brothers, they said a lot of fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Mostly about Tug's daughter because they're psychos.
Yeah.
But that I'll be honest, I never really liked Doug Ernst. Something always seemed a little off about him.
Mm-hmm.
So someone was always a little sus about that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And that just is that comes across at first you're shocked and then you're you think back on it and you're like, no, this actually kind of makes sense from the vibes I was getting from this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. So you had the Fry moment. I'm shocked. Well, maybe not that shocked.
Yeah, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of it is other people talking him up.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people talk up Doug Ernst.
I mean, yeah, there are a ton of people that vouch for what a good guy Doug is. So if that's the case, why is he doing shit like this?
Yeah, because here's the thing. People usually don't need stuff like this if somebody says something about them that is incorrect.
Yeah.
If they feel like it's going to hurt their business, they'll come out and they'll talk about it. If they don't feel like it's going to hurt their business, they'll just ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
It's rather obvious that, and this whole thing, everything comes back to Ethan. Mm-hmm. Ethan is an opinionated guy. And just about anybody I've ever met from Jersey, he'll tell you his opinion on things and it will be unfucking diluted.
Yeah.
And it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's rather obvious that Ethan's opinion has not hurt Iconic Comics' business ever.
No.
They have done very well for themselves. And I applaud them for that. Because, I know people that didn't even know shit about Comicsgate were backers of Common America and fucking Soul Finder and shit.
I've seen a lot of people that I would say I wouldn't call Comicsgate or in relation to that, in any way. On my feed that I follow and say, oh, I got my Common America. And I was like, I didn't even know this person liked comics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So obviously they were doing something right with their advertising and outreach and stuff like that, because their campaigns were successively getting better.
Yeah.
As far as money taken in and all that stuff.
And this sort of
in fact, it got to the point where even a lot of people love them or hating them, people wanted to model their success off of what Iconic was doing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like can we get to a point where we can bring our costs down? Can we get to a point where we can, have do this well and reach out to people that are outside of the CG sphere?
Yeah, can we have a point where we have already got the book done and all we got to do is crowdfund basically pre-orders and send them out for the shipping?
I mean, Doug didn't even crowdfund Soul Finder 2.
Yeah,
he didn't have to. I envy that, honestly.
Yeah, he went directly, he went direct on that one, didn't he? He just after he got it made, he just sold it on his website, right? Or on their website. Yeah.
I mean, how many times have you and I had conversations about how many gray hairs we've got from fucking crowdfunding?
I got, if you could see, when I do grow my beard out, you can see it. Like, I went from like a nice, ginger beard to, like one's, two, like the descending sides are just gray. You know?
Exactly. Like
so.
My sister, my youngest sister, when I was at her wedding, pointed out to me, she's like, "You're getting the Reed Richard like stripes on the side of your head when you grow your hair out." And I'm like, "Oh God damn it!" And she's like, "Your beard is like it's not salt and pepper because your chin hair is red, but she's like it's like paprika and salt."
Paprika and salt. I get a little spicy. Poof.
And which surprised me because first off, my two younger sisters could burn water, so I don't know when they learned about it, like fucking seasoning. maybe I taught them and forgot.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to say this: if you enjoy their stuff, keep buying it.
Yeah.
I'm never going to tell anybody if you like the product. You see the product. I will say there's a situation where you do separate art from artist and things like that. If you like the product, you like the story and everything, you just keep going, keep buying it. That's fine.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, know that there are some issues, obviously.
Yeah. And this is one of them. And for like, I don't think that between the two of us, it's not like this isn't personal. It's just
for me. I don't like, my thoughts on Doug Ernst is like, oh, he exists, and then it was like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Like this is, and like with Tim Lim, like I've never been on unfriendly terms with the guy. I mean, fuck, in that Walmart book, like I'm in it. I like I have a cameo appearance in that, and apparently the Space Force book, I showed up in.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just so fucking weird to me. It's like when you're having that much success.
Yeah.
Why do you care what other people think?
Right. Well,
if it's not affecting your business.
Anime guy says this. He says, "Adventure Tales isn't dead to me." No. Okay. Look, when I say what I say, because I don't want to people to, drop their support of anybody, right? If they don't want to, if you want to, that's your decision.
Mm-hmm.
That's you make your own personal informed decision. Like me, for example. I said a long time ago, I'm never going to buy an EA Sports or EA Games product. And I haven't. I know plenty of people who do.
Yeah. How many of our friends play fucking not Hunt Showdown. Apex Legends, yeah.
Yeah. Good. I mean, and I watch their streams, but I'm not going to buy Apex.
Yeah.
That's just, or I'm not going to invest in Apex. I should say because it's free to play. But, even their free to play stuff, I'm not going to play. Right. That's just something I said personally I'm never going to do because I didn't like the way they did business. And now it's going to do the same thing with Activision, or Blizzard. Basically. Activision, because
Microsoft, you mean now?
Well, now that they're Microsoft, I'll see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. That's my approach.
Yeah, no, I'm going to see what happens with that. Be interesting to see. When it became, when we were going into hotel rooms and getting hot Cosby, it was like,
Yeah. But thankfully, this shit didn't go to that degree. But it's still, no. I mean, it's still very jacked up because it's like you don't really need to go out of your way to use the hut like a really bad bumbling hitman.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I'm going to share this. The other day, I decided, I don't know why. I just said, you know what? I'm going to ask the question, right? Why not, right? So somebody asked Doug this question. Am I sharing?
Yes, you're good.
Okay. Says, well, now we're getting somewhere, sort of. So you did it, and you believe you were justified in doing so. You may very well have been. But can you see where your tactics are shady and gutless, or are you intentionally obfuscating? Which he was.
Yeah, he does that a
And
lot.
he keeps going back. He never. I am never to blame for my own actions.
Yeah, it's always Ethan.
Yeah. And because he'll say, and it's always like he always tries to end it with a smiley or some kind of like that. That is a that dude, Doug. You don't even realize, and you're doing the what was his name from the Vic trial, Vic Mignogna, not trial, but the situation. What's her name's husband?
Oh, you mean fucking Arms Girl's husband? Or are you talking
not
about
Arms Girl? Monica Rial's husband or boyfriend or whatever he's called.
Oh, Rontoye?
Rontoye, yeah. You're doing the Rontoye shit because he literally, because I remember Ricada pointed this out. He took a picture of his desk one day and he's saying, this is something I live by. And it said, if you really want to, try to soften what you're saying, add a smiley.
Yeah.
And that's what Doug Ernst is doing here. Everything he had a smiley. Nothing was direct, right? Because he said, Hut said he didn't have any, had the know-how and the computer to edit it, videos. Sounded like he was using a Chromebook. Thus, all the edited videos on his channel were done by Doug. The picture of his mailbox shows videos in MP4 format mailed to him from Doug. Doug responds, he is a grown man in his 40s who now claims that he was psychologically like a child and was an evil and I was an evil genius who mind controlled him for 3 years. I was like, he never said that. He just said you got him to do things that you weren't going to do.
Yeah.
That's a little bit different.
I don't think anybody ever called Douglas Ernst an evil genius because let's be honest. Like you're doing this. You're grabbing the comic book Hut to talk shit for you.
Yeah, the genius part.
The comic book Hut. Motherfucker, there's nothing genius about that.
The genius part just got thrown right out the window there.
Yeah, that might be your own opinion of yourself there, Doug, but I would the jury's out on that one, bud.
Yeah.
I don't think the verdict's going to go in your favor.
And then this AG Millennial says here, LOL, you guys' insistence on deflecting that he's got a bad campaign is infuriating politician speak. Nobody cares or disagrees with the impetus of his claims. Quit deflecting from the point. Are you a scuzzball or not? We know comic book Hut is.
Yeah, that's a very good
the
way
thing.
of putting it.
We are aware of the words are leaving me right now. We are aware of the
motivation,
the scumbagginess of the comic book Hut. We're aware of that. But he provided receipts.
Exactly. That's the big thing. It's one of those things where it's like if you've got a guy who, let's say there's a crime, like let's say there's an assault, right? And the guy who records the assault on his phone and gets all the details and gives it to the cops happens to be somebody who was arrested for petty larceny 6 years ago. The evidence is still admissible in court because it's a video file.
Yeah,
it's not like the phone is lying to you.
Yeah, when it's totally unedited footage, and then this is what happened, and that's what happened, right? Now the thing is, it's the tactic that Doug is using in this situation.
It's gaslighting.
Yes, he could have just denied it.
Yeah.
He could have said, there's some stuff going around, and I'm totally denying it. I'm not getting involved in it anymore.
Yeah.
He's not doing that, though.
No, he's deflecting and he's gaslighting constantly.
Yeah, the scuzzball is the guy who lies about me on streams on a regular basis. And back to Ethan.
Yeah, because it's always about Ethan.
About Ethan. When someone says on stream that we lost 2/3 of our backers when the campaign was open for 4 days, you say nothing. If the exact same clip was forwarded to someone else, I'm a bad guy.
Well, wait a minute. If the claim is that ridiculous, is it really worth going out of your way to clip why are you hate watching it if you're doing so well?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, and Optimus can attest to this. A lot of the bullshit that we've ever encountered, and there's been a lot around me. Let's be truthful. I wake up to it. I'm never watching this shit.
Yeah.
I'm always just doing something else, something more productive. And that's the case with a lot of people I know that have shit like this happen. We wake up to it. We're like, The fuck? Why?
Yeah. Like, man, I was sleeping, or I was reading a book, or you know what I mean. It's like, you know
Dude,
what I mean.
I got a DM one time when I about drama on the Inglewood Book 1 book, literally while I was getting laid.
Please tell me you didn't check it while you were.
I just saw the phone go off, and and I threw the phone across the room. I'm like, I am fucking busy. Pun very much attempted.
Very literally.
So
yeah.
So yeah.
But anyway, like I said, and also for a writer, dude does not structure sentences very well.
I mean, we have editors for a reason.
Well, I think back to the thing you told me about, that email he sent you that time.
Oh God.
You said it was like the way it was phrased. It was like, what you almost, I think you said you almost wanted to write him back and say, what are you even trying to say?
I think that was part of what I said. Like, the fuck are you talking about?
Let's see.
Which I can go into details if people want that.
Well, I mean, this technically is the 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still in the 2000s. This is, the 2000s spans 100 years. So I popped in to say, since my plans for the day got delayed. It's good to see you, Gwen. You're gonna, obviously you can hang out here.
You could haunt us any day, Gwen.
Haunt us anytime. I was getting ready for work, and I was getting ready for work, and wound up late due to a moron. So yeah, well,
Servant is also, acquainted with morons. It seems, because this is, again, Doug. This is a very bad tactic.
It reminds me, Doug's thing reminds you. Remember that thing? I think it was like a NASCAR event where the guy, or it might have been a political event where the guy's like holding up a sign that says "Get a brain, morons."
Yes.
Yeah, it said, "Get a brain, morons. God bless America."
Then there's that other one, God save us.
Oh, God save us. Oh, wait, hold on. Do I still have that?
Please tell me you do.
I think I still got this one. Let me see. Let's scroll up. Yep. Yeah, here it is. Sod save us.
Oh, Mike looks so sad.
Yeah. Well, how would you feel? You found out, like, oh God, I got to hang out with these guys. Oh man.
Oh man. Oh jeez.
You guys said more, and this guy has me going, wow, such an amateur.
Lord.
Look at what are you talking about now?
So I'm like busy?
Seeing busy?
I'm sort of busy. I mean,
still seeing busy?
I'm very confused.
Granted, this is Liquid. He's probably half lit right now.
Probably.
It is just 10:30. I'm sure he's on his fourth or fifth, trip to the vegetable garden.
Liquid, take that grammar in 6B.
Parts to your 6B. Oh man.
Folks, if you have no idea what we're referencing, you need to be hanging out with us on Twitch. Like, seriously.
Yeah. Graded Plays. Now you can check it out at the description below. Be sure to follow us, and if you want to sub there too, that's fine. If you want to sub here, that's be great. All the options are open to you. Oh, there. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very. It's very.
The Twitch streams are fantastic. They're like, let's put it this way: not only do you get to bully Xavier verbally, if you play with us, you get to bully him physically in a video game, at least.
You could take the threat of I'm going to beat you up in a video game, and it's literal. You could, yeah,
it's hilarious. The Comments Gate post controversial take. Doug Ernst, hold my beer.
Oh man.
And like Lidl says, gives him a front beat. I have seen him get so defeated in the middle of a stream. Like, she'll say something, I'm like, oh my God, Lidl. We all start laughing our asses off, and then after we stop laughing, David just goes, "Thank you, Lidl."
Oh Lord.
Oh yeah, Lidl, I was gonna ask, have y'all worked out y'all beneficiaries for y'all's life insurance yet?
Oh no!
Something tells me Lionel's going to collect first. I don't know why. Luckily, getting bullied to death, verbally bullied to death, is not a crime. I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
I would like to play the pony fighter sometime.
Oh yeah, for them's fighting herds.
Yeah, it looks fun.
Good. Yeah.
Okay, let's get back to the to Gotham by Gaslight over here.
Yeah.
The exact same clip was forwarded to someone. Yeah, I'm the bad guy. See, even that doesn't make sense.
Well, yes, you are, because
Yeah.
you're encouraging somebody to talk shit about other people because somebody said something that made you ass mad. Like, who the fuck cares, dude?
I will put it this way. I got when I asked the question that you'll see in a few minutes. And you'll see it. Commie Mark like DM'd me, and he DM'd me my own tweet, and he said this.
Nah.
And you'll see why. So this AG Molino once again says, we're getting away with, sort of. So you did it, and you believe you were justified in doing so. You may very well have been. But can you see where your tactics are shady and gutless? Are you intentionally obfuscating? Are you being sus? Doug Ernst, are you among us?
Oh God.
YouTubers say, hey, did you see this all the time? And then naturally videos come out of it. Sort of like when Hut said Ethan told him to make videos saying very specific things about Infamous. The difference is that I never tried to order Hut to do a thing. And then I said, this is where I come in play. Hello, Chief Justice Sotspots. Follow him on Twitter. YouTubers will send a timestamp of a said thing. Hell, anyone can do that. And you'll get what I mean when I say timestamp. This is where Doug thinks he's smarter than me.
He does that a lot.
And he's going to find out. Because I bring visuals. Most people don't send edited down clips and email them as an MP4. I'm making a point here. Just to be clear, did you send it or not? In the fashion that it's being portrayed, no wordplay, no so-and-so does this. Did you send edited clips? And then, once again, tries to gaslight. If I press Shift F5 and grab a clip of Ethan lying about our campaign dropping by two-thirds and then plop it into iMovie next to a clip of him saying not to mess with another creator's campaign, is that editing or is that something a child can do in 30 seconds in 2022?
So you sent the clip.
Once again, smiley face. I'm Doug Ernst. I'm innocent. I did a smiley face. And I said, obfuscating. Answer the question. And he goes, once again, not answering my question. Your super name would be the Inquisitor. You mean business when you use all caps. Oh, come on. We didn't know what he was trying to say there, right?
Yeah.
Just for the record, I do not work for Ethan Van Sciver. Probably wish I did. I'd be making money right now. So, can't answer the question. Just answer the question, Doug. It's very simple. By the way, I wanted you to show you could shave 25 seconds off your time, but even a child in 2022 knows that. And that's all you got to do on Twitter. I mean, on YouTube. That's all you got to do. It literally gives you the timestamp to what you want somebody to see. You don't have to freaking download the clip, edit it down to the seconds you want it to be, and then send it to somebody. You dumb idiot.
Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ. This is constantly the way that Doug Ernst is. He always has thought that he's the smartest guy in the room.
Asking this people, like Cam says, he asked him the same questions. There was a lot of people asking him questions the other day. He wouldn't answer.
Yeah, it's not hard to answer questions.
No.
Yes, I did. No, I didn't. I don't remember.
Yeah. Which was at that point was the end of our conversation. He didn't want to say anything after that. I showed him, you're literally wasting a lot of time doing what you do if all you're doing is sending him quote clips.
Yeah, because the thing is, in my interaction with him, that email was about this. I had made reference to the third man in regards to trying to cancel Kelsey Shannon.
Which let's get to that real quick while you're talking about that.
Well, part of that is fuck you, Edwin Boyette.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, but I want to put this on the screen while you're talking about that because it'll give some context. Make sure I got the right one. Yeah, it's this one. Okay. The reason I'm putting this up, this is Ethan's tweet where he's going over the speculation, not speculation, but his recollection of what happened.
Yes.
He goes, one day, Mitch Breitweiser, who is the creator of Red Rooster and the proprietor of Allegiance Arts, they had some issues on their stuff, on their campaigns. There's some things that they did that probably shouldn't have been done, but it's whatever. It's been taken care of to that
It was
degree.
years ago.
Yeah. It's up to them. Like in my thing is, yeah, like Cam says, can we left out messing with the Breitweisers? Yeah. So, this is kind of a quick rundown of what it's and Micah, you can intervene when you want and talk about your email.
Yeah. Well, and I know some background info on some of this stuff too.
Yeah, so you can kind of fill in some gaps too. One day, Mitch Breitweiser called me up, scared that Doug Ernst had threatened his company with a hit piece in the Washington Times over their artist Kelsey Shannon using the word "pussy" on a live stream. Now, what Kelsey had actually done, he was not on the live stream; he was in the chat.
Yeah, he wasn't even a guest.
All he said was, "I like pussy."
Yeah, because I remember because I was watching that show. Mm-hmm. They were poking fun at George Alexopoulos, which is not hard to do because George is a very paranoid and goofy young man. He's a talented artist. Yeah, some of you have probably seen his political cartoons that he's probably not making money off of, which was always my point with that fucking kid. Which again, fuck you, Edwin, for giving him bad advice. You and Doug. And
I hope he learned don't print your own books, dude.
Oh God, I don't even think he makes his own. I don't think he makes comics anymore.
That's good because I remember he got the whole. I got a printer. And I'm gonna print my own comics. Oh Jesus.
Yeah, he was telling people to go to fucking to Kinko's or something like that.
No, he bought a printer.
Oh, that's right, he did. I'm thinking of a tweet that he sent out. I was like, oh, for God's sake.
His tweet was to Peter Samedi where he said, "Why don't you just buy your own printer?"
Yeah, I remember that.
Peter thought that was a joke. He's like, that's funny. He's like, no, I'm serious. And we looked up the printer he was going, and I, of course, my good friend, Mike, Evil Bob the Almighty. I said, crunch my numbers, Mike. And I said, okay. And he says, he's got, I looked up how many books he had sold, right? I was like, all right, how much, what's his printer? How much it costs? His printer costs $800. Okay. How much is the ink? Cost this. All right, to do this, how much is it going to cost him? And it would have cost him more. It costs him more to do that than just to get a printer to do it. An actual, somebody who does a Mixum or something like that.
Yeah, because Mixum uses an HP Indigo 7600 digital.
Yeah, and it's a big boy.
Yeah, these things are massive and cost thousands of dollars.
These things are so big they need vents. To get the heat out of the place. I think somebody was looking because a lot of there was talk. I remember early days of Comicsgate. There was people talking, can we do our own stuff? What can we do? To try to lessen costs and stuff like that. Some people were talking about doing printing, and then they started looking into printers. Like, oh, that don't seem so bad. You see it in a picture. That's the thing. You see it in a picture, you think it was so bad. And then the guy said, one guy who was thinking about actually doing it because he had some money, some disposable income, he could have probably pulled it off.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, guys, he said, what? He said, I would have to take out a side of my house to get it in the house. And then it would take up 3 rooms.
You can't.
So
the cost to run things like that, because I don't, my business partner Hatman, my buddy Hatman, fucking him and his dad are co-owners, each owns one half of their t-shirt business, t-shirt printing. The only reason they can afford their printers is because they're constantly putting stuff out with them.
Yeah.
If you're one of these guys who, the biggest Comicsgate names, because they don't have to do a ton of books, because they're artists as well. There's not a ton of writers that are like at the top of the heap in CG as of right now.
Yeah.
That could change in the future. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing that you like, these guys don't need to aren't going to be doing several books at the same time, you know, unless they are just ridiculously fast artists. But if you're making like 6 figures off of a campaign and you're living off your profits, that means you're printing one book that's going to maybe sell 2,000 or 3,000 copies once a year. Well, those machines need upkeep. They need regular ink put in. The ink can dry out, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
And the maintenance costs and things like that. The only way you're going to get money to be able to do that yourself is if you're constantly putting product out on a regular basis.
Just for an example, we had years ago. Well, we still have it. I just never bothered to hook it back up. It basically became a table. We had a printer. It was a poster printer. I mean, it was a big. I mean, we could do like 18 by 24s and up. We could do like I think the biggest we could do. We could actually do like what's the biggest, like 36 by 24? I think we could do up to that size. So it was a nice printer. It's nowhere near as big as some of these industrial ones.
Oh
right?
Yeah.
And even then, it was like if you don't constantly use that thing, like you said, ink dries up because these are gel inks.
Mm-hmm.
So they lose their they have less of a half-life than like your regular inkjet printer. So it takes a little while longer for things to, you need to constantly be using it for something. And we
Exactly.
were, we had things we had to for the business and print out and stuff like that. But that's here nor there. Anyway, let's get back to this. This is funny.
Oh yeah.
The Washington Times board, and this is the reason why, and he's quoting this tweet. He says, "I would like to thank Ethan Van Sciver for sharing private correspondence I had detailing the manufacturing conspiracy he created about me years ago, along with my attempt to get him to stop that were ignored. He made my life a living hell for months. I'm glad he admits it."
Let's have a look at what the screenshots actually are.
Yeah. Also, Doug, when you did a screenshot, you don't need you can do that without this.
Yeah.
Smart man, Doug. I'm going to give you another hint, Doug. Control Window S. No, I'm sorry, Shift Window S. Go Shift Window S, then you just drag it, and you can get a screenshot like that. You don't have to do all this, whatever you're doing. I know it's not, just hitting F4 and sending. Anyway, so this is basically Ethan saying "good guy Doug Ernst" in the meme way. So this apparently was Doug's some of Doug's DMs to Hut, where he says Mitch is one who put all his conspiracy streams down the memory hole. He's the one who ran for the hills when I told him I'd empty the vaults in a live stream with him. He's the one who ran from Twitter as he was getting heat for Red Rooster. If Ethan wants to go to have this battle, he's going to have his clock cleaned. Micah, you were kind of privy to some of that stuff. What was Doug's actual response?
Begging.
Please don't do this.
Please don't hurt me.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to just say it. Doug, you're a coward.
Yeah.
You're a fucking coward.
Yeah. So, to continue. Mitch believed that Doug had planned to create a presentation of collected scenes of Kelsey Shannon behaving badly, being drunk, swearing. Kelsey being Kelsey.
Yeah, basically.
Kelsey's a swamp man.
Oh, yeah.
He literally lives out in the swamp and, wherever he lives. It's like, but he's a good dude. I've never heard anybody say really anything bad about Kelsey Shannon.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah. To present through the newspaper he worked for in order to kill their deal with Walmart. He believed they were colluding with Edwin Boyette. Micah?
Yeah, I'm be honest, like in the circles I ran in, we knew that Edwin was part of this.
Yeah.
Which again, fuck you, Edwin.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, you're a pile of shit for wanting to cancel the Brightwisers. They legitimately never did anything to you.
Yeah.
Kelsey Shannon didn't even insult George Alexopoulos. He didn't even insult him. He just people on the stream were insulting him because George Alexopoulos is a goofy, crazy kid who said dumb shit. And people were saying, hey, this is a goofy, crazy kid who's saying really dumb shit. And George couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
And you clearly couldn't either. And in him just making an offhand joke You said this man is not allowed to make money anymore. Edwin, once again, fuck you, you walking failure. Speaking as somebody who is a Republican, I have another reason to dislike you because you're an embarrassment to the party.
Yeah, he really did great on that one, didn't he?
Yeah. And I swear to God, with BJ Penn trying to run for governor on the Republican ticket, I am genuinely tempted, if I was a lesser man, to email BJ Penn and say, hey, big fan, you're one of the best ever. If you see a guy named Edwin Boyette, avoid him. He's not good for you.
Mm-hmm.
But chances are he already knows.
Yeah.
Because you are a worthless, toxic human being. There is nothing redeeming about you. You are a pile of shit. You
Sorry.
I'm sorry, pile of fudge.
Yeah. Don't talk about fudge.
Stop talking about fudge and your memes and all this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Cleo said, he just single-handedly destroyed. I mean, it wasn't much of a party in Hawaii anyway, but he just.
What is it with that crew trying to get into politics and just failing miserably?
Why would you go on the official Republican Party of Hawaii's Twitter and start posting QAnon shit? Why?
Just
still don't get that. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, like it was three dudes.
Yeah.
You know, it was Edwin, it was Doug, and it was
Mike S. Miller.
And it was Mike S. Miller.
Yeah.
And of the three, oddly enough, Mike did the least.
Yeah, I think his was just like, you know, kind of like he might have gone to the point of like I don't like that behavior or whatever. You know?
He would stand for George because that's the tribalistic thing to do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Even though George is a crazy person.
Yeah. But I don't think he ever went to like, yeah, let's cancel Kelsey, you know.
Yeah.
Like, anyway. Let's see. Mitch had a reason to fear him. As he told me he and his wife were being harassed by Doug Ernst and Tim Lim for firing their partner Mark Pellegrini from Red Rooster. Mitch asked me to intervene.
Yep. I remember that.
I spoke to Doug Ernst, who was highly emotional about the whole thing. He was angry with Mitch and said he'd never done such a thing. At the same time, Edwin Boyette was doing a live stream about Kelsey Shannon using the word pussy to describe George Alexopoulos. Well, there you go.
Yep.
I believed Doug that he wasn't involved, and I didn't want to write this hit piece. I told him I would warn Edwin and leave the Brightwisers alone. Doug seemed high-strung and emotional about it, and I figured if it turned out he was lying, at least we had spoken. Shortly thereafter, a sock puppet called Shadow King turned up on my live stream, super chatting me, indicating that he knew about Doug's alleged threats against the Brightwisers. This happened 2 or 3 times.
I remember Ethan actually in a DM with me and a few other guys saying like, who the fuck is Shadow King? Just wondering if any of us knew. And we're all like, who? Yeah. Like who the fuck would call themselves the Shadow King?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, we like the X-Men too, but this is cringe.
Yeah. I messaged Doug privately and explained that someone was clearly trying to cause trouble here and it wasn't me. Doug blocked me. He then spread rumors that Shadow King was either me or my wife. That was enough lunacy for me, and that's the last time I spoke to or about Doug.
Now hold up. That I did not see that tweet. Like I'm gonna just say this. I have not ever spoken with Andrea, but every indication I've ever seen is that she is a very sweet lady.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's got a reputation for everybody that has met her of being just a very sweet woman.
Yeah.
So that you would accuse Ethan's wife of doing that, I'm gonna be honest. She helps a lot with his business, from what Ethan has told me. A lot.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't got time to do that. She's a mother, and on top of that, she's helping Ethan with the business and keeping Ethan from exploding because she's a damn good wife. From
mm-hmm.
That, I want to just say this right now. Just having known Ethan, like, we're not best friends or anything, but or maybe we are, according to him. he did confess his love for me in a chat recently, but
yeah.
But no, in all seriousness, though, like that dude loves his wife so much, you know, and don't like. I have crossed that line with people, and I regret that I ever crossed it.
Mhm.
And I apologize for crossing it profusely because I felt horrible for it.
Yeah.
Like the fact that people would bring their like, do not do that unless the missus is coming to you and being cruel. Even then, don't even do it.
Mhm.
Okay, Jesus Christ, man. Like I would hope that your mother raised you better than this. And I ain't. By the way, I ain't bagging on your mom. It's
Mhm.
it's you who didn't take the lesson in. Your
Yeah.
mom's probably nice.
But to continue, a video was made by the great John Malin detailing the public face of this stupid debacle. Nobody knew Doug Ernst was involved because I never told anyone. So who was Shadow King? All these gay ups around Tim Lim and his friends.
Mm-hmm.
Looking back, it is interesting that Mitch told me that he was threatened with a tightly edited video of Kelsey Shannon's misbehavior. At the time, that didn't seem like something Doug Ernst did. Now it does.
Yep.
And that's pretty much that ties that up. But I got some other things to go
Well,
to.
there's some stuff that's fucking lol worthy with this shit.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's what Ethan said recently, and this was on I believe it was on John De La Rosa's stream. He said that apparently they had threatened Mitch with they were going to release nudes of Betty Brightweiser.
What the fuck?
I don't know. Yeah, you probably didn't hear that part, did you?
No, I did not.
Yeah, and Ethan asked, he asked Mitch, "Is that true?" And Mitch said, "It really doesn't matter. They're still talking about going to do it." And like I said, even if she did something like an art thing, some people, in college, they might do something like that. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know Betty Brightweiser,
Yeah.
But what she does in her past, what they do between themselves or whatever, that's between them, right?
Yeah.
Whatever she's ever done, that's fine. Whatever. You're going to use that as leverage and bait and stuff like that. Come on, man.
Well, especially when you're going out on fucking Twitter and threatening to sue people.
Yeah, we're getting to that. You like to jump my narratives, you know that.
That's what I do.
But let's get to this first because I wanted to share.
I make everything about me, Optimus. I make everything about me.
Get to this, and also this. If you want to see the statement, also, I believe that was also covered on JDA's channel. Give credit where it's due. Psycho Doug Ernst of Iconic Comics is ramping up his bullshit, threatening legal action against anyone telling the truth about what he's up to. A statement from one of his victims, Mitch Rodweiser, today follows. Because Mitch, I guess he emailed Ethan and John De La Rose. I knew this for years and couldn't do anything other than warn people privately about their unscrupulousness. They leaked kernels of truth and had become widely outlandish, salacious, libelous fantasies by the time they hit Hut's YouTube. The attack videos on my wife were particularly grotesque. As damaging as these attacks were to our business and reputation, as well as others, I'm happy to see that the public record is now correct. I'm baffled at the time and effort that was spent just to cause havoc, and I'm happy to see that the creator and the fan communities won't tolerate this kind of toxic behavior. Mitch Brightweiser.
Damn fucking right we won't.
It is very interesting that that was the tactic, right? And what bugged me more than anything, it wasn't that Doug said, "I'm going to write a blog about you," or "I'm going to put a video out about it." I'm going to use the Washington Times as a cudgel against you.
Yeah.
Because let me see something.
Also, hey Skip.
What's going on, Skip? I can't spell Washington. I kept saying Washington.
Jeez.
Just interested to see what the circulation of the Washington Times. Now, I'm sure this is like just from the actual papers printed, not their online, presence. Just the circulation of it is 52,000 daily.
Yeah.
And it's probably, like I said, online, you're probably talking in the millions and millions.
Basically.
Hey, let's just do that just to see what it comes. You can't really. Circulation, that's that. 61 million people visiting. So you were going to use the power of the Washington Times to put out a thing because somebody said pussy in a chat, and 2 said fuck Doug Ernst on a live stream. Because I remember Kelsey did say that. I don't know if it was about this. I think it was before this.
It was long before it. Maybe he just doesn't like you. Get over it.
I guess the real question is, why had Doug such a hate boner for Mitch? And was it because he was such a good friends with Mark that he wanted to get revenge for him?
Maybe. It's hard
Could be.
telling. It could be a combination of both things, really,
Mm-hmm.
or many factors. I mean,
Yeah.
the fact is, again, I don't mean to be a dick, but these are the kinds of guys that do count other people's money.
Yeah.
The dude, fucking Red Rooster made what, 200 grand?
Yeah. Or real close to it. It was really close to it at the very least.
Yeah, and nothing against Doug Ernst, but I don't think that he's had a single campaign make that much money yet. I could be wrong, but
I think the common Americans have.
Maybe so.
Close, but
he doesn't write those.
Yeah.
Soul Finder, did it make it made like 60 grand, I think. So it did very well.
Yeah.
But like it didn't do Red Rooster numbers because Red Rooster is huge because a lot of people love Mitch's fucking artwork. He's phenomenal.
Yeah. I like that work. That works smashingly well for Amber Heard. Yeah. So now we're getting down to this. Now here's the irony. I'm gonna two-part this one. You're gonna like this. He put this out on the 15th, which was yesterday. This is one of the last things I'll say about this topic. An army of online goons is causing problems for my friends and family. If laws are broken, I will seriously examine how to hold the appropriate individual accountable for his actions in a court of law.
So we're not lawyers. Also, what's up, Oliver?
Mm-hmm.
My man is here.
Yeah.
But I am not a lawyer, and I do not play one on television.
Yeah.
But from what I understand, saying you're a pile of shit, which Doug Ernst is a pile of shit, is completely and totally covered under the First Amendment.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing you could really sue somebody for in this particular case would be slander, or unless it's in print, then it's libel. Mm-hmm. Thank you, J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
But according to Spirit Scar.
Yeah, that's like what's gonna. Yeah.
Apparently, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean. But he did say something earlier too, which is very good. Mitch is far superior artist than Tim Lim. That's something that goes without saying. That's very true. And I don't like to do a compare and contrast sometimes with artists, but in that case, yeah, like Mitch is on like a different level with his art.
Sorry, I had to change my name again.
Coach Lunacy said, pretty much Mark went from being listed as a co-creator to being listed as a plotter to being not mentioned at all.
Basically.
Yeah.
And but the thing is like, I think of the things that Hutt has said about Ernst.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's some insults in there that I missed because I didn't watch all of JDA's stream, even though I was on it. Yeah. And I watched all of Hutt's video, but I don't remember all of it either because I was doing, I think I was playing a game at the time while I was listening to him just to kind of chill out, which that's a weird scenario to chill out in.
Yeah.
But I don't remember Hutt saying anything particularly slanderous.
Mm-mm.
So, because the thing is, he sent Hutt an email, which he probably already had the screenshot for, threatening to sue him because he's trying to scare Hutt out of his mind, and some of it's working apparently. Which Hutt, you ain't got nothing to fear from this fucking guy. He's a paper tiger. If he didn't do anything to me, he ain't gonna do anything to you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a balding fat guy. I ain't much. So when it comes right down to it, like this fucking dude, like who's he gonna sue? How is Discovery gonna look?
See, that's where we're going to get on this screenshot, which you were just talking about. See, I didn't realize until like later that this was actually to Comic Book Hut.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what day this was sent, but obviously,
oh man, that old dude woke up mad.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking this dropped probably yesterday.
I think so.
Because I think that's when people started getting circulated. Ethan Van Sciver, army of online goons are now going after our friends and family. I will make sure lawyers are contacted necessary to hold you accountable moving forward for all the problems that you have caused my friends and family by selectively leaking private correspondences that can be lied about before an audience of thousands. If clear laws are broken because of you, I will seriously look into ways to bring legal justice for those your actions have hurt. Doug, leave us alone before the lawyers get involved. Doug, Booby, Bubala. If laws have been broken, call the police. You don't call a lawyer if a law's been broken. You call the people who can actually enforce the law. I know that's a hard concept for a soy boy cuck like you. And yes, I can say that legally because of the First Amendment.
Exactly. It's our opinion. And your opinion is also you can eat these nuts.
Yeah. So, if a law has been broken, call the police. Then you would take a civil action against him. Schnitzel, you have a good day at work, buddy. Appreciate you. But yeah, this was like the dumbest thing. And like you said, you really want to go that route? You really want Discovery? You really want that? You really want that subpoena?
I'm curious what Discovery would look like. Would you actually submit your emails to the court, or would you pull a fucking Hillary Clinton?
Yeah, but my emails.
Yeah. So suddenly you become a Democrat overnight.
I've kept them in the server. I kept them on a server that I can't get access to anymore.
Yeah.
It's in some bathroom in some old couple's bathroom in Colorado. I can't access them anymore.
Yeah.
No, this is dumb. Like
this is. I'm gonna be honest. I've been around a lot of people that have threatened lawsuits, and even when I was friendly with them, I was still rolling my eyes. I'm like, man, you're threatening to sue somebody. You better be ready for that commitment, because it's a lot of time and a lot of money and stuff like that. I remember talking to Nick Rekieta about like just copyright issues, like just to prepare myself for possible bullshit in the future. Yeah. And he said, he's like, for someone to file a lawsuit against you and it actually goes to court, they're looking at probably running about $70,000. And I'm like, you could buy a new car for that. You could buy a really nice car for that. Like, it's basically like things like this. You better be making such serious fucking bank. Yeah. And you're losing it because of somebody else, that investment is worth it. And oftentimes it's not. And as we saw with your boy Zach, like time and energy and all that stuff, it'll break you, Yeah. And that's assuming that's what happened with him. I have not spoken to him about it. So like the threat is empty. It's empty as fuck. Because when Ernst emailed me those years ago, he was like faux threatening. Yeah. And I actually asked him, I'm like, well, what does this particular sentence mean? Like it was something like, there will be consequences. I'm like, and consequences for what, Doug? I'm like, can you provide a statement that I said that implicates you in doing something wrong that you did not do? And then he said, just leave me alone.
Yeah, and I want to mention, Micah never said his name.
No, never once named him.
He just said the third guy.
Yeah. Nice job outing yourself, though, by getting fucking mad about it and emailing me, you fucking moron.
Yeah, like, it's like, hey, when I'm not guilty of something, you know what I do?
Yeah. I'm a confess to a crime that I say that I'm not guilty of. You fucking retard.
Yeah.
Smirt. My name is Doug. I'm Smirt.
Yeah. What is he going to see in damages?
Oh,
Hutch
no.
1983 Mets game programs. Like,
Oh no! I love the chat so much.
Yeah.
You guys roast these people better than we do.
I said we don't need to say anything. The chat does it for us. Like,
yeah, but here's the thing, and this is something that I'm gonna just say.
mhm.
I love Comicsgate,
Mhm.
and I'm glad to be back around Comicsgate people more often than I was in the past. It's legitimately like coming home.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, we roast each other all the time. I think that most everybody in the chat has made fun of me at some point or another, and I apologize if there were points where I got way too fucking sensitive about that shit, because I don't think anybody really meant anything that harmful by it.
Yeah.
People say stuff. They're, at the end of the day, the words are words. They're insults. And I've thrown a lot of them in this stream.
Yeah.
But with all of that said, like, man, like, we rib each other and we talk some shit, but it's never that evil or that truly mean spirited or are people trying to fuck with other people's businesses,
Right.
So apologize to Alien Xenomorph. Isn't he dead?
Oh. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
We don't know if that was the same person. Could have been. Could not have been. Probably not.
Yeah.
Who knows? We roast before we love. Like I said, yeah, it's like we bully each other for for kindness.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Poopy head Micah. Take that. You got
IR offended. IR preparing lawsuit.
freaking got him. Oh, and by the way, I just want to something I want to say before we go. A couple things. One thing is this. I put this on screen. Just real quick. Share. Well, you know what? Fair enough.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Probably didn't have that much money either.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, yeah. Before we go, somebody catch this man.
Oh,
Jesus.
Lord.
Please. This is getting like, I'm not lying. It's a serious situation. Don't get me wrong. Like, he's apparently kidnapped a person and is on the run. My question is, how do you not catch him in Hawaii? It's not that. I mean, is he island hopping?
He's hiding with Edwin.
Oh no.
He's hiding with Edwin. Oh God. Oh no. They got a pile of cocaine him and they're not letting it go.
I ain't getting rid of this Colombian gold.
I'd love if it was Edwin that he kidnapped. And they're not. Could you imagine kidnapping Edwin Boyd? No, Ezra. You need to understand here. You need to understand. I understand that you're frustrated, and I understand that you're like, there would be a point where he would just get so so whatchamacallit, so frustrated with how monotone Edwin is that he would just, there he is.
Hey,
that he would just
$2. And we're glad you're among the living.
But the whatchamacallit,
oh God, damn it.
Oh Lord.
Very good.
He would get so annoyed with Edwin's monotone, he would put him back.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? I'm just turning myself in.
Yeah. He just tells the cops he wouldn't stop talking about fudge.
Yeah. Parents of 18-year-old can file a complaint standing her. So yeah, he's been accused of grooming.
Ugh.
Apparently since the person since they were 12.
Oh Jesus! What is it with people who have like been part of DC movies ended up being creeps? First Amber Heard, then this guy.
Yeah, like, geez. It's like is Henry Cavill like the only good guy in that cast? Like,
Figures he would be cast Superman.
Henry Cavill's over here like, man, I just want to play video games.
He's just over here playing video games, working out, and doing Warhammer shit. Like,
yeah, I remember when he said like the when he got his what you call it, when he got the call for Superman, he was actually playing Warcraft.
yeah, you almost missed it.
Yeah. Can you imagine you missed a call to play Superman because you were too heavily on a raid on Warcraft?
Oh man, I want to play video games with Henry Cavill. That'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say I'd like to work out with him, but ain't no way I could keep up with him.
Is he trying to get a boat to Etsy?
Oh Lord,
man, I don't know what's going on, but I wanted to touch on that real quick. I'll probably might do something about that later. It's like, yeah, find this man, please. Like,
oh Lord.
And the thing is, DC hasn't like said anything.
They haven't fired him yet.
The guy's about to be like the the major actor in one of your upcoming major superhero movies, and you're holding on to him.
Yeah, like fire him, fire his bitch ass.
Do we need pictures of Ezra in the white Bronco going down the highway?
Oh God.
Okay, boss. Do me a favor now, okay? Whatever you do not ever say, I have evidence that will lead to the arrest. Oh man, I just got away. Woo, that was close.
Oh God.
Gotta have some fun, man.
Oh yeah.
Gotta have some fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my
Brothers
last words. Well, Michael, you have any last words before I get my
yeah, I'll do some self promotion. Inglewood Book 2 live on Indiegogo as of right now. Which you can go back. We're at 197 backers trying to get to 200 and get to 15K. In which case we get a Preston Acevedo alternate cover available. People who backed the whatchamacallit, the box tier will get that for free. And speaking of Preston Acevedo, the 3 Nights 4 Days Part 2 mailing list is up. I just talked to Preston last night, oddly enough. Nice. He's doing well. He is paid and in the shade. He's going on vacation. So I'm happy for him because he's had a hell of a year. Like the storms that like hit fucking that area, for those who don't know, they hit him very hard. So I won't go into detail because that's up to him.
And there's a link to Inglewood, Book 2 in the chat.
Yep. But speaking of 3 Nights as well,
yeah, it'll really make Orange Koala really upset.
Yes, exactly. That's a good reason to back that and get on the mailing list.
It would he'd be really upset, if in the next couple hours Mike hit 1,400, maybe 14,000. That'll be
Oh, that'd be amazing.
That'd be nice.
But and Oliver, who's in the chat, is my colorist on it. So
yeah, so fun times.
Oh hell yeah. Oh, speaking of also with Peregrine, I mean, there's also a Inglewood Peregrine fucking poster on that campaign. So
yeah. Oh yeah, back Black Rhapsody book 1. Let me get that real quick. I should have just some bookmarked instead of having to do what I'm doing right now, which is actually searching for them.
Nah.
Nothing against you guys. Love you guys. I love all your projects. It's just it's hard to keep up with everything.
We are some busy boys these days.
Well, it's kind of like you said, man. Like you were talking earlier. There's a link to Black Rhapsody Part 1 by the lovely and talented Miss Serena. What'd she say? I'm afraid of the logistics for having a color version. It's not going to be as bad as you think it is.
Yeah,
it's okay. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll get you taken care of.
But as far as you were saying, like you're glad to be, I am just now, like it feels like after at this point like almost a year and a half. It feels like I'm finally getting kind of slowly back into the groove of things.
Yeah.
Even to the point of trying to keep up with stuff. So I get what you're saying. It's like it's good to come back, and some people just like, oh hey, it's good. Hey, you're still around. That's cool. I haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see things like that. Also, Micah told me before we started stream that I need to do this.
Yes, you do.
Not that I want to,
but I'm gonna make you.
He's gonna make me. Down in the description below, there are 2 links. One is to a GoFundMe, and one is to my personal PayPal. The reason that those are up is because my mom and me, like I've said many times before, we lost my father back in September of last year. He was the me and him ran our business together. Fortunately, he was the licensed plumber, and he basically made the wheels turn and stuff like that. I do not have that skill, and on top of that, I have to spend full time taking care of my mother because she has many health issues, and it's like a full time job. I do have some things in the hopper to try to get some things moving so we could be in a better financial situation. But right now, if you could, I would 100% fully appreciate if you could click on one of those links and share them, and if you can donate, that'd be great. But if you could just share it out, that would be awesome as well. We just need a little help to try to get the ends to meet for a little while longer. I'm just waiting on some paperwork to go through. Once the paperwork goes through, it'll be a lot better. Until then, anything you can provide, just sharing out the link, just any help you can give, be greatly appreciated. Me and my mother would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Is that all right? Am I good now?
Yes.
Okay.
Seriously, guys, help my friend out here, because the things like this are always just kind of difficult to go through, and things will get better. I will. I'm at the point, like, so many people I care about live in North Carolina. I'm gonna be moving out there in a year to make sure everybody's taken care of.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
No.
But yeah, I would appreciate. Yeah, and like I said, Serena said, I'm usually the thing is like, and me, I'm usually the guy who tries to help people, and and I guess it's pride. A lot of why I don't do it as much as I do. I try to show it out sometimes, and I just like I talk to friends about it. It's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, but you got to do it. You need help. You need your mom needs help. So, but I just keep me, keep my mom especially in her prayers, and if you could share that out, I would really appreciate it. But that was our show for today. I think we had a good time. We got a little warm in here because we're doing a lot of roasting. And stuff like that. So should we end it on Xavier losing his mind?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Guys, thank you so much for all you do. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for chilling out with us, having a good time. We will see you next time. I don't know when next time will be, but we're going to start getting back on a schedule, get back in the saddle. So y'all have a good one. Y'all take care of yourselves.
Laters.